Alright, so if you're a tattoo artist or you're just into tattoo related content, then you've probably heard of this guy. And for those of you who are not aware who he is, this is a tattoo artist called John Nelson. He tattoos out of Borrowed Time Tattoo Studio in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He runs a podcast called Unemployable Podcast. He makes tattoo related TikToks and also has a big presence on YouTube. The guy's doing well for himself. Well, recently John posted a tattoo that he did on the top of someone's head. This is that tattoo. After that video was posted, I was then made aware of something that was on TikTok. Yes, that's right, TikTok, the place that Mufasa warned Simba about, and the place where absolute idiots feel the need to talk about subjects they have no idea about, and most of them will do absolutely anything for internet clout. Case in point. Anyway, on TikTok there's this guy called Julian Khan, and as you can see just by a look at this guy, he pretty much screams Karen. This guy's got more hair on his eyebrows than he's got on his chin. I mean, you have to admire the dedication and commitment it takes to keep that thing. It's almost like one day he hopes that it'll grow into a fully grown beard. But anyway, this guy basically brought out a video trashing this tattoo. In the video he talks about how the lines aren't straight, etc, etc.
This is what he did to that person. Look at those. Look at that line. Look at how all of these are funky.
Now, to be fair to Julian, the lines aren't straight, but the tattoo is what I would consider a fine line tattoo on one of the most difficult places on the body to stencil and tattoo. Julian then brings out another video showcasing work from other artists that are tattooed in the head area.
This one, absolutely gorgeous. Look at those lines, clean. This one, dude's full head is tattooed. I can't find a wobbly line in his whole head. This dude does crazy. This dude does crazy. Same dude, but you can see up here, that's what it looks like when your head dips and the line goes through it.
And I think that the purpose of this video was meant to be that other tattoo artists can tattoo the head and not get shaky lines. But let me point out that all of these tattoos that he's used as reference all have bold, thick lines. And if you're a tattoo artist, you know that it's easier to do straight, thick lines than it is to do straight, thin lines. It's just a fact, and it's not the same at all. Don't ask me how or why, I don't really want to get into that. All you need to know is it just is. When doing line work, you want to mostly get it done in one pass, and if it's long lines, then this obviously means that your client's going to be feeling the pain for prolonged periods of time. Also, I want to kind of point out that he has no idea who these artists are, and any one of them could have had miles more experience tattooing heads than John. Now, before I go any further with this, I do kind of want to point out that this guy Julian is not a tattoo artist. He has no connection to the tattoo industry at all. I mean, looking at this guy's social media, the guy flips pizza. The most artistic this guy gets is he makes glass mushrooms, complains that nobody wants to buy them, and then begs people on TikTok and social media for people to actually buy them for $30.
Hello, my name is Julian. I made a handful of these small, cute mushrooms, and nobody wants to buy them. Like $35. Give me 30 for this one. Give me 30 for this one. If you like these mushrooms and you think they're cool, I will ship them to you. Let me know. I want to sell my
He also makes videos about how he doesn't like work and how old ladies love his hair.
I don't know what it is, but today I had not one, but two older women that said, "Oh my God, I love your hair," and I think I can die.
I think when they're telling you that they love your hair, I think they're actually telling you that it'll probably look better on them. But he sees that as some kind of win, so of course, after all this, he's watched a few episodes of Miami Ink and LA Ink and thought he's the latest judge on Ink Master. But exactly what makes Julian think that he's qualified to talk about this kind of stuff? Well, somebody in the comments says, "Are you a tattoo artist?" Julian replies, 50 plus hours in the chair and multiple artists that are my close friends, about as close as it gets. And the funny thing is, after this comment, the guy just starts getting clowned in the comments. One guy says 50 hours and they're my friends, so it's about as close as it gets. Just stop talking. Another guy said, dude said he has tattoos and tattoo artist friends, so he's basically a tattoo artist. Wild. I mean, another one called Nutmeg basically just flat out calls him a clown. Another guy said, I have 50 plus hours at doctor's appointments and multiple doctor friends, so I'm totally a doctor now, right? Oh wow, this is really your answer justifying this. My guy, wisdom is chasing you, but you've always been faster. And apart from Julian's, these comments are all very valid points. So I think we've heard just about enough from this guy. Now, if you want the opinion of somebody who actually knows what the hell they're talking about, then here it goes. Is this a bad tattoo? No. Is it a good tattoo? No. But there is a reason for this. I'm not calling John a bad artist by any standard. Look, this is a 2D image which is essentially being placed and tattooed on a 3D sphere-like object. If you do that with any 2D image, it's gonna warp the image and gonna warp the lines, curve the lines, all that stuff. It's just always gonna happen. Also, the people that are talking about the shaky lines have absolutely no idea how that client sat during the tattoo. The head is just not a nice place to get tattooed, full stop. Some people sit well for tattoos and sit like rocks. Other people can't really handle pain and end up sitting like they're at a rave. So any shakes in the lines could be down to that as well. Honestly, I think this is a good design, but I think the placement of it is a bit of a mistake. Personally, I wouldn't have put this design on the head, just down to the reason of warping. But that's just me. I think that these shaky lines that everyone's talking about aren't really going to be as obvious once the lines start being less crisp in a few months or years. Over time, these lines are going to get a bit thicker and they're going to look straighter as a result. Now, I'm not saying they're going to look straight, I'm just saying they're going to look straighter than they already do. And finally, most of the people that are commenting on a lot of this stuff really have no idea between a bad tattoo and a good tattoo. For example, I know I seem to be going in a lot on Julian at the moment, but a guy who gets a panther on one side of his forearm and then gets the exact same thing but with tiger stripes on the other side to even it out should really ask themselves whether they're in any position at all to comment on anyone's tattoos. In my opinion, there's nothing really special about your tattoos, pipe down. If anything, this whole thing's probably been a bit of a learning experience for John. John does do some really good work. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of John's TikToks or podcast, and to be honest, I've never really listened to the podcast. I just feel like this piece has been unfairly judged, and so has John. Anyway, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on the subject. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.